What's up? Quazi here, and in this video I want to share with you how I use the law of attraction to manifest a job. I want to talk to you about this video because this was one of my very first successes with the law of attraction, and I learned about the law of attraction in my sophomore year of college, and I started using it to start manifesting little things like parking spaces and basically train the law of attraction muscle. But then one day I wanted to get a summer internship because I've been applying for a while. I've started applying my freshman year and I couldn't get a job. And I started using the law of attraction. I started visualizing myself with a job that I want, putting my feet and my legs up on the desk of my ideal job, being at my summer internship, getting paid well at an engineering job that I love. So I started working on that, started visualizing that, and then I started taking action based on that. So I started applying, updating my resume, and doing all sorts of things. So when I was doing all of these, none of it really worked. And I'm not afraid to say that, but none of it really actually worked. So sophomore year, I didn't end up getting an internship, but what happened was I got an interview. So I kept getting stuck at the resume stage. So I would submit my resumes, but I wouldn't get called back for an interview. And I was really frustrated about this for a while. And I can distinctly recall being really sad and frustrated by it. And looking back on it now, I realized that I was attributing excess importance and meaning to this summer internship that I wanted. Through the very act of attributing this excess meaning, I was making this object of my desire, this summer internship that I had to get in order to get a good career after I graduate, a very important thing in my life. So I was basically resisting it by giving it excess meaning. So that's why sophomore year I didn't end up getting the internship that I wanted. So I started to learn about reality transurfing after sophomore year. And I went from that mindset of desire this. If you want it bad enough, it will happen. To surrender your desire, and if you just let go of it and follow the flow of the universe, then it'll come to you when the time is right. And that's what I was doing. So after sophomore year, I stopped trying to force it into reality. I stopped wanting to become the master of my reality. I need to manifest this to show off my manifestation skills, or just create this reality because I know I can do this. I know the law of attraction, blah, 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 and all of that. And what I did was, after sophomore year went by, I actually got the interview during the summer. So I got my interview and I visualized doing well in the interview, and I actually did well in the interview, but for some reason, because of attributing this excess importance, I also visualized every single day, just getting the call back for the job and then getting the job. But then none of that happened. Even though I did well in the interview, they told me I did really well in the interview, but I just, for some reason, didn't get the job. The other candidates were better suited for the task. So I ended up not getting the job that I wanted my sophomore year. And then I found out about reality transurfing. And upon finding out about reality transurfing, I learned that in order to activate outer intention, you must want without desiring. So I went from that needing paradigm to that intending paradigm, acting with pure intention. Now, this doesn't mean that I totally stopped applying for jobs anyways. I still applied for jobs, but with the mindset that, you know what, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. So you kind of surrender that desire you have and that excess meaning you're attributing that summer internship. What's weird is that junior year was the year that I have even more pressure of getting a summer internship, because that's closer and closer to me graduating and I haven't already gotten an internship. So there's even more pressure now than there was before. So it was even more difficult to get rid of that excess importance that I was attributing this summer internship that I would get. So I somehow told myself and really showed to myself that, you know what, if I don't get it, then that's fine. And the only way to do that, to fully release all of your desires, is to show to your mind, because the mind is the one that desires. The mind is the one that wants to get it so badly and want to create that reality and want to manifest it so badly. So the mind will always struggle and fight against the world in order to get something. But the heart always knows that it can get it. The heart will just pursue. But the mind is more powerful in the way that it suppresses the heart. So the mind really suppresses your desires of the heart and your intentions and everything. It just suppresses it and prevents you from pursuing your dreams. So in that way, the mind is not really more powerful than the heart, because both the mind and the heart in conjunction together, according to reality transurfing, activate what is known as outer intention. And outer intention is your resoluteness in your decision to have something. Inner intention is the resoluteness in your decision to act in order to get something. And outer intention is just concerned with having and just how it manifests according to its own. So anyway, after finding out about reality transurfing, after finding out about identity shifting, I started acting according to that person I would like to be. So first of all, I surrendered that desire that I had to get that internship by convincing myself that, hey, look, if I didn't get this internship, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So the only way to fully surrender all your desire and all your importance is to show yourself that life would still be okay, even if you didn't get the object of your desire. Because right now, what's happening is you're tying up a lot of your energy into this thing you're attributing excess importance to. And as we know, excess importance raises excess potential. And excess potential always can either give you what you want or it can take it away. Because excess potential generates balanced forces in order to come and balance this inhomogeneity you're creating in the field of the universe. So once you attribute excess importance and excess meaning to anything in your life, then these balanced forces are generated, as we know from the previous video up here. So upon attributing this excess meaning to this job of my wishes, I subconsciously resisted it, now that I look back on it. But after finding about reality transurfing, identity shifting, I started to act in accordance with the person that I wished to become. So I said to myself, what would successful Quazi do? What would Quazi, who's successful at careers and getting jobs, do? So then I still applied for jobs. I was still applying for jobs and I didn't get that many callbacks from jobs still. But I just acted in accordance with the intention and the end result that I was willing to get. But I was completely okay with the possibility of not getting the summer internship my junior year. So I wasn't attributing excess meaning to it. I just completely gave up and I said, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then something else will surely turn up. So the key here was I surrendered my desire by showing myself that there is a plan B. There could be a plan B. So the concept of excess potential is really like this. You have a plank. Let's say you have a plank on the ground that you're walking on. And as you walk on this plank that's firmly rooted on the floor, you don't feel anything. But as soon as that plank is mounted on the edge of a very high building, very tall building, and now as you're walking across the plank, you're feeling fear, because now it's very important that you stay on the plank, or else gravity will take you down and plunge you into your own death. So now the plank has excess meaning. But if you were to place a safety net under that plank, then this plank would no longer have that much importance. Do you see what I'm getting at? So that's basically like having a plan B. Once you have a plan B, or just show to yourself that life would still be okay even if you didn't get that internship, something else would turn up. And that's just being completely at ease with whatever happens and just surrendering to the flow of the universe. That's what it really means. Just being okay with whatever happens, but having an intention to create your desired result anyways. So it's like wanting without desiring. Basically, intend without desiring. It's like taking care without worrying. That's what it really means. It's like finding your own balance, because or else nature will act to balance whatever it is that needs balancing. So with that, the first key for me was to surrender that desire. And as soon as I surrendered that desire and I started acting with pure intention, I just started applying for jobs anyways. And I overwhelmed the thinking mind with massive action taking. And once you start taking action at that level and you just keep doing it without thinking about it, knowing that something will happen, that your desired result will eventually get manifested or it won't. Either way, it's fine anyway. Something better might take its place. I kept doing that. And as I did that, what happened was one day I got the urge to text the HR person from that previous internship that I applied for last year, from the summer before, where I got an interview. And I don't know why I wanted to do this, but for some reason I just wanted to keep in touch, or some hunch came to me, some sort of intuition came to me. And I just texted her and I said, hey, how are things going, blah, blah, blah. And a couple of days later, she texted back saying, hey, you know what? We actually have an opening for this summer and we think you'd be a really good fit. And so I was like, wait, is this really happening? I've just been applying to so many different jobs and I didn't get anything from the other internships, but this one's calling me back. Wow, cool. So then they didn't even interview me this time. They just offered me a spot because last time I interviewed, I did really well. So that just goes to show that whatever you want to happen will probably not happen the way you want it, but it will happen. Does that make sense? It's like I wanted a job, but I kind of imagined myself having a job somewhere else because I totally turned off this door and I said, well, this job isn't happening because I got rejected from the interview, blah, blah, blah. I started telling myself all these stories. But then I didn't end up getting an internship anywhere else. I got one at this firm because they called me back and I never expected this possibility. So again, being open to whatever the universe gives you is also the best way to manifest your desired result. Just ask yourself, what is it you really want, and get to the brass tacks of it. Is it the money you want, or is it the mansion, the car, and experiencing freedom that you want? Because more often than not, the paper money isn't going to make you feel that way. You just think that money is a means to achieving your goal and not the goal itself. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, the second key for me was to trust the universe and follow the clues it gave me. So if you keep yourself awake and aware, and this is why it's so important to keep your attention to yourself and stay so present to the moment, because these clues will come to you. If you're visualizing right, and if you're setting your intentions the right way, and you're taking massive action in accordance to your intention, then clues will come to you from the universe. And if you just follow these intuitions and just take the hunches and do whatever it is that the universe gives you a subtle signal to do, then you'll see that you will be going along the lifelines that you projected yourself on. When you visualize, you basically shift to lifelines that you want. When you place excess importance on something, you take yourself away from those lifelines and give your energy away to these emotions that you're raising up, this excess potential you're raising up. The balance forces come into play in getting you away from your goal or towards your goal, whatever's easier for nature to do. So 2 keys for me in manifesting my dream job were, first of all, completely surrendering and understanding that there is a plan B. And so my safety net, or my plan B, was that no matter what happens, something good will happen to me and everything is unfolding as it should. So having that complete trust with the universe. And once you start trusting the universe starts trusting you and giving to you. Once you develop that kind of a relationship with your world, then the world also provides for you. And then the second key for me was to follow that clue that the universe gives to you. So staying completely present to the moment. And I remember back then I was practicing becoming very present to the moment, very sharp, and just constantly waking up and just seeing how I feel, where I am, who I am. And if you don't know how to bring your attention to its center, click up here. This is a great video I made on it. So second clue for me was to bring my attention to my center and become very present to the moment. And once you become present to the moment, you become open to all the clues the universe is giving you. So with these clues, if you follow them, and if you just follow yourself on the hunch you're making, you'll see you'll go along the lifeline that you were meant to go on, that you chose to go on. So yeah, these were the 2 things that really helped me manifest my dream job and almost everything that I wanted in my life. Just act in accordance to who you want to become and stop desiring it. And by stopping desire, I don't mean resist that desire or resist the urge. Just show your mind, because the mind needs food. The mind needs to know that there is something else that can be done and something else that's possible to happen in this space. So for me, that was trusting the universe completely and saying, you know what, whatever happens, happens for the best. I'll just keep applying and keep taking action on whatever it is I want to be manifested. And that's what pure intention really is. Intention that's free of all desire. So anyway, with that, I hope this video helped, and I hope you'll try some of these techniques in your daily life with whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. And I hope they really help you. If you like this kind of content, share it with a friend so they may benefit as well. And also, I'm growing a massive Facebook group where I'll be sharing all of this kind of stuff. We'll be diagnosing your law of attraction practices, and it's really important that you join a group of like-minded people, because I too, when I first started the law of attraction, didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was doing my practices right. I had many questions about how to do things and specific goals that I was wishing to obtain, and I didn't have a group to share it with. So if you want to join the group, click on the link in the description below, and I hope I see you there. And also, I'm excited to announce that the Reality Mastery Program, I'll be leaving it open for a while because we're getting a lot of consults and a lot of people that really need help with where they want to get to. So what the Reality Mastery Program is basically an identity shifting program. And this is the most powerful paradigm that has helped me manifest anything that I wanted in my life. Whether it be getting a job, getting my dream body, meeting my dream partner, whatever it is that you want in your life. If you become that subsequent person that gets that thing in your life, then you'll see that it almost becomes effortless. You just attract it. Instead of pursuing it, you attract it. So the most powerful paradigm to come from is the paradigm of being, not the paradigm of having, not the paradigm of doing, but the paradigm of being. So if you come from the paradigm of being, you attract your desired reality as a direct result of becoming. So we work on a 6-week program where we get you from the person you are now to the person you wish to become. And if you want to sign up for a free consult, click on the link in the description below and we'll see how we can help you get there. So again, thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you at the free consult, if not in the Facebook group as well. It's completely free. Till next time, peace.